if I'm doing plucking stars, I'm not going to do plucking stars because I'll be digging sandcastles instead. But you get the picture. But a caveat, a little aside to that, don't go too slow or too fast. It's very common to see people who've been practicing yoga for a while to be doing something like this. And it's too slow. Yes, you will generate energy flow doing that, but you might not even be aware of it, especially if you're a beginner. But by the same respect, if you're breathing in and out in coordination with the movements, and you're doing it like this, you're in big trouble, okay? That's something completely different. That's self-manifested chi flow, and you don't coordinate the breathing with the movements there. So, it would be gently in, gentle full inhalation, gently out, gentle full exhalation, and in. You get the picture. So hopefully that gives you a bit more insight into breathing and your practice of Shaolin Cosmos Qigong. Let's see what's next on the list. And do you know, it's absolutely fantastic here. There's just one way that it could be better, and that would be if we were all here, everyone watching this, if you were all here now with me, and we had some music, we had some food, and we had some beer. That would be absolutely perfect, but maybe we'll have to do that later. Let's have a look. So I got breathing on my list. That was number 3. So what happened to number 1 and 2? Number 2 is the cup of tea. I'll have to do that when I get home. And number 1... Okay, yeah. So the video... well, the sequences are the wrong way around. The video you're going to watch in a minute, I think it's about 3 minutes 40 seconds long, was taken while Sifu was teaching the Cosmic Shower course at last year's summer camp. And I'll be honest, it completely blew me away. I had a realization as a result of that course that I'll talk about after you've seen the video, because then it'll make more sense. And I really think it's the greatest course I've ever done. It's always been generating energy flow for me. I've done that, I don't know, 10, 15 times that particular course now, luckily. But last year's Cosmic Shower was off the scale. And the reason why I'm showing you this video is because Sifu talks about the importance of cleansing and talk about serendipity or coincidence, but I just received Sifu Anthony Correasis, my elder one-out brother in the States, just received his wonderful newsletter, and if you're not subscribed to his wonderful newsletter, you're missing out. So I think it's www.flowingzen.com. If I've got it wrong, I'll put it underneath when I edit this video. But sign up for it, it's wonderful. And one of the things he's talking about in this month's video is the same thing. So Anthony, I didn't copy it, I'd already planned this, but it's all good. So the notion is of cleansing first, circulating energy and getting rid of blockages. And that's what Sifu talks about in this video, and the importance of doing that. But he also mentions something else. So I'm going to warn you, because if you're anything like me a few years ago, when people started using the word God or Spirit, it was a bit of a turn-off. I kind of shut down, I'd stop paying attention. So Sifu is going to use the word God, and he's going to talk about Spirit. And if you're uncomfortable with that for whatever reason, then you can swap the word God for Spirit, for infinite intelligence, for the great cosmic everything. So swap it for whichever synonym you want to, but just listen to the message is more important. Don't get hung up about what word's being used, but just pay attention to the message. And I'll catch you on the other side of that video, okay?
This exercise is excellent for cleansing or purifying. It's a purification exercise. Many people have the misconception that you must add in to be strong, add. Actually, we are already perfect. We are made in the image of God. Or in Shaolin term, we are already the Buddha. Except that many people didn't realize that Buddhahood because of layers and layers of defilement, of dirt, or in Western term, because of sin. So what we need to do is clear away the sin, clear away the dirt, then we are purified. We don't have to add anything. So this is what we are doing. As I mentioned in the other course, God is great. God is fair to everybody. God wants everyone to be healthy, to be peaceful, to be prosperous, to be free. The blessing of God is for everybody. Then why some people are sick? Why some people are sad? It's don't blame God. It's their fault. They block themselves from the blessing of God. God gives a blessing to everybody, but they block themselves. They block the blessing. They can block physically, like the tanks, the muscles, so that the grace of God, or in Qigong term, the cosmic energy doesn't flow through. So over time, they may have illness, physical illness or emotional illness. Or they block themselves emotionally, they cling onto negative emotions. That also can result in physical illness or emotional illness. Or they block themselves mentally, perverted view. They think that they have to be sad. They think they have to suffer. They cannot be free. They cannot be healthy. They cannot be rich. Which is not true. God wants everyone to be rich, wholesomely rich. Everyone to be healthy, to be free. So they are not able to get the blessing because they block themselves mentally, perverted view, so that they clear the perverted view. Or they are used thinking that they cannot get well, they have to take medication. So that will influence them. So they will not be as healthy as they could be because of the perverted view. Or they block themselves spiritually. They lock up the spirit. So they should open up, set the spirit free. That's what we need. So expand the cosmos. So this is an excellent exercise to clear the blockage, physical blockage, emotional blockage, mental blockage, and spiritual blockage. So when we clear our blockage, the blessing of God will flow to us. So we'll be happy, we'll be healthy, we'll be wholesomely rich, and we'll be free. That's what we experience just now.
Did you catch that? Did you get it? Just in case you didn't, Sifu mentioned that we are all perfect, made in the image of God. Or from the Buddhist viewpoint, we all have Buddha nature. I remember reading the Lotus Sutra and discovering from that the notion that the whole message of that sutra is that we all have Buddha nature. We all have the capacity for Buddhahood. Now, how wonderful news is that? And I think it's something, don't dwell on it too much, because when you're doing your practice, you shouldn't really be dwelling on anything. But maybe before you do your practice, appreciate that you are made in the image of God. You are perfect as you are. There's nothing to add. In fact, forget about adding more energy. Focus on cleansing. Focus on removing physical blockages, emotional blockages, mental blockages, spiritual blockages. Let your spirit free. Really enjoy your practice just for no other reason than enjoying your practice. You'll get so much more benefit from that. Don't worry about developing internal force for hitting people, or don't worry about developing vitality so you can play badminton with your friend and wipe the floor with them. Focus on cleansing. You'll be glad you did.